This is AI Pulse, and today we're plugging you directly into the chaotic, brilliant, and honestly kind of mind-bending world of artificial intelligence. We're tracking the shockwaves from its creation, the global race to control it, and the scientific breakthroughs that are literally rewriting our future as we speak. And this headline from HelpNet Security, it just says it all. AI frenzy feeds credential chaos. That chaos, that uncontrolled speed, that's the thread we're going to pull on today, because the ripples from this boom are spreading much, much further than anyone expected.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the growing pains, the messy side effects of moving this fast. Then we'll step onto the digital battlefield where AI is the new weapon of choice. We'll look at the global race to control it, witness a scientific revolution in real time, and end with the biggest question of them all. Is AGI already here?
Okay, first up, the growing pains. The incredible speed of AI development is creating some serious and often totally invisible side effects, especially when it comes to keeping our digital lives secure.
Get a load of this number, 28.65 million. In 2025 alone, that's how many new hard-coded secrets, we're talking digital keys like passwords and API tokens, were just left out in the open on GitHub. This isn't a leak, it is a full-on digital tsunami.
And this isn't just a problem on some obscure public websites. No, these digital keys are seeping into the very tools we all use every single day, like Slack and Jira, and even the AI development platforms themselves. And here's the real kicker. Code that's written with AI's help, it's leaking these secrets at an even higher rate. The tools meant to build the future are also punching holes in its security.
This quote from GitGuardian just nails it. When organizations scale creation faster than governance, secrets begin to spread everywhere. It feels like we're building these incredible skyscrapers of innovation without even stopping to check the foundations. And this lack of guardrails, well, it is consequences that go way beyond accidental leaks. Now we're seeing AI being used as a weapon, intentionally creating falsehoods to turn our information landscape into an actual digital battlefield.
1 lakh crore rupees. For those of us outside India, that's about 12 billion US dollars. That's how much value was just wiped off the Indian stock market in March, fueled almost entirely by a wave of AI-generated misinformation tied to the conflict between Israel and Iran.
And just look at how sophisticated this was. This wasn't just one clumsy fake video. It was a coordinated attack on trust itself. You had deepfakes of the prime minister to stir up political fear, a fake video from the stock exchange CEO to create financial panic, and even a fake news bulletin from a trusted journalist. The goal was pure chaos. And you know what? It worked.
So, with AI's power to both destabilize and create becoming crystal clear, the next logical question is, who is trying to control this thing and how? And this is where we see a fascinating split in strategy across the globe. In the US, this battle for control is happening right out in the open, in the courts. On one side, you have an AI company, Anthropic, trying to draw these red lines, basically arguing its tech should never be used for things like mass surveillance or autonomous weapons. But on the other side, you've got the Pentagon arguing it needs AI for all lawful purposes, which is another way of saying, don't tie our hands.
The government tried to play hardball, labeling Anthropic a supply chain risk, but a federal judge slammed the move, calling it Orwellian and blocking it as an attempt to punish a company for its speech. It's a classic First Amendment showdown, but for the AI age.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, China is playing a completely different game. It's a top-down approach. They are moving incredibly fast to define the rules for a field called embodied intelligence. And that's really just a fancy way of saying AI that has a physical body, like a robot that can interact with the real world.
And just look at the speed. This isn't a debate, it's a strategic sprint. In just a few months, China has gone from a basic framework to a legally binding industry standard. So while the US is arguing in court, China is literally writing the global rulebook.
This race to write the rules is happening for a very good reason. Because behind the scenes, away from all the politics and courtrooms, the technology itself is taking a monumental leap forward, and it's launching us into a brand new scientific revolution.
And this revolution is being led by models like this one, Intern S1 Pro from the Shanghai AI Laboratory. This thing represents a massive jump, not just in size, but in what it can actually do for science.
The key here is just the sheer scale. This is the first scientific AI to cross the 1 trillion parameter threshold. Now, you can think of parameters as the knobs and dials in an AI's brain. 1 trillion of them means it can see patterns and connections in complex scientific data that are just, well, they're completely invisible to human researchers.
And this is not just a general-purpose AI that can write you a poem. No, it's what the creators are calling a specializable generalist. It's built from the ground up to accelerate discovery in incredibly complex fields like chemistry, materials science, and genetics, mastering over 100 specialized tasks.
So all of this, the security chaos, the global battle for control, these incredible scientific breakthroughs, it's all building towards one of the biggest, most debated questions in all of technology. Have we achieved artificial general intelligence? For decades, AGI, an AI that can understand or learn any intellectual task that a human can, has been the stuff of science fiction, the holy grail.
But according to the one person who might know best, Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, the company building the engines for this entire revolution, the answer isn't someday, it's now. In a recent interview, he just said it, flat out. I think we've achieved AGI.
His reasoning completely redefines the test for AGI. He argues that if an AI can autonomously create a billion-dollar company, which he believes is possible right now, it has passed the test. He also just dismisses the fear of job loss, and he points to radiologists. AI didn't replace them, it made them better and faster, which actually increased the demand for their skills. The tool changes, but the human expert becomes even more valuable.
And that is where we have to leave it. If the benchmark for AGI isn't just passing some academic test, but creating massive economic value from scratch, and we're already there, then the question is no longer if AI will change everything. The question is how we're going to navigate the world it's already creating.